Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Tanealyakimbeauty and this is Beauty. In this video, we're going to be doing a look and first impressions with the new Colourpop Lust for Dusk palette. This is an Ulta exclusive, so it's not currently available on the Colourpop website. That could change, but for now, it's only available at Ulta. I picked this up with that High Tide palette. I just thought this was so pretty. First of all, the outer packaging, the cover, I mean, so beautiful, so summery. I absolutely love that. And then when I saw the color story, this is just so me. These beautiful peachy neutrals with some cool tones down here, the beautiful shimmers. I feel like I can put together multiple looks with this palette. I did film or pre-film swatches, so let's go ahead and look at those. The first two rolls are kind of like your peachy, not peachy, pinky tones. There's a couple of cool tones in there. I loved the shimmers. It is an absolutely beautiful formula. The way that this one's swatched, it is absolutely gorgeous. It is so beautiful. The shade called Quiet Storm, when you first look at it in the palette, it kind of looks like a pressed glitter, but when you go to touch it and swatch it, it's very creamy and feels and looks more like a foil. The swatch was absolutely amazing. That is one of my favorite shades in this palette already. I cannot wait to use that in the future. And then the bottom row has more peachy tones, kind of mixed with some deep purples in there. I'm definitely going to focus on some of those more gray, cool tones in this particular palette, but I loved every single shade when I swatched it. There was not a single shade in here that was a dud, other than Wild Sky, which is just that basic neutral that basically blended into my skin tone, so you really can't even see it in the swatch. All the other shades, neutrals, cool tones, everything were absolutely beautiful when I did the swatches. All right, now let's go ahead and throw together a look. I literally have like 30 minutes to get this filmed because I have to drop my daughter off at her first anime convention. She has not been to one in over a year. I think the last con that we went to was March 2020, right before everything started shutting down. So she's very excited. Let's go ahead and put together our look. I'm going to be wearing this out. Me and my son are going to be going out and doing some shopping while she's at her con. I mainly want to focus in this area right here. This shade right here is that beautiful foil shade that I was talking about, but I think I want to kind of focus in here, you know, these little grays here and then this little shimmer right here. But let's go on ahead and lay down, take the lead. I kind of want to make that my base shade and going into the crease, and then Twilight, which is just really pretty gray with like a little hint of purple. We're going to take that one and put that in the crease. I'm going to take a little bit of Take the Lead on this fluffy blending elf brush, and we're just going to start laying that down as our base color. So how are you guys doing? Are you excited about the summer? Do you have some like cool events and vacations and stuff planned now that we can actually get out and start doing things? Well, this is a very interesting shade. I thought it was a gray, but it's really kind of a lavender. Can you see that? Ooh, that is really pretty. It was unexpected. I thought that it was a cool toned gray, but it's actually a more lavender shade. But that is really pretty. It's blended out very quickly. Not really having any issue there. Now I'm dipping in Twilight, and we're going to lay that into our crease. Like I said, I think I mentioned it in a previous video that we finally got my daughter's trip to Portland booked. She will be leaving a week from Friday. So the 25th is the day that she will be leaving. I'm filming this on a Saturday. So I'm very, very excited. She's excited. We're nervous. It'll be her first big girl trip, you know, on her own as far as on the plane and stuff, traveling completely by herself, nobody with her. Very, very excited, like super excited about that. Another beautiful shade. I'm really liking the tones in this palette. Everything is blending so quickly and so well. Now I'm going to take my little pointed AOA brush that I got off of Shop Miss A. Like I said, I wish I could get 20 brushes like this. I absolutely love this one. And we're just going to take this into Serve Chilled, which is that cool deep purple there, and I'm going to lay that on the outer corner. I decided to stick with more cool tone shades because I noticed in my last several videos I've been doing a lot of the peachy, corally, burnt orangey warm tones. I wanted to do something a little different for this particular video. I'm just going to use that to kind of deepen that outer corner. We started planning our family vacation. We're kind of doing everything late. One, because we just didn't know when things were going to start opening. We didn't know like what the mask situations were going to be like. My daughter just started cheering. We didn't even know that was whether or not they were going to be able to do that or not. So right now we're waiting to find out the actual dates for cheer camp. But the current plan is to go to Gulf Shores. I think that is where that's like outside of New Orleans. We went there before, but it was years ago when it was just my oldest son and my daughter way before Isaac was ever born. So we're planning on going to Gulf Shores and then maybe spending a day in NOLA. So that is a possibility. The main thing is that we need to find out the dates for my daughter's cheer camp so we can know for sure which dates that we can schedule. I hate that everything is being done at the last minute. But you know, like I said, we didn't really know what was going to happen this summer until like a month or so ago. So hopefully everything will work out. We can have our first big family vacation. Only have a couple more years before my daughter graduates high school. So I want to make these last couple of years just really count before she gets ready to move out on her own. I'm going to take this flat angled brush right here and I'm going to go back into Serve Chilled. I'm going to lay that on the lower lash line on the outer corner. It's kind of on this area. I am really liking this little tiny brush. I got this in my last brush set. You would have seen it in my Shop Miss A haul. This is part of an AOA brush set that had eye brushes and face brushes. I mainly got it for the face brushes, but these little brushes are like really nice. I didn't have anything that had an angle like this, and it's super, super soft, and it just blends out that part under the eye just so well. I'm really, really loving it. All right, now for our shimmer, and then we're going to throw liner, lashes, all that on, and finish off this look. I'm going to go into Miser, which is this really pretty, I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of got a duochrome effect to it. Oh my God, it is stunning. But I'm going to put that on my lid, and then I might take Night Lovers and put that in the corner. That's a pretty shade. It's like pinky purple, but there are some reflects of like blue and deep purple, kind of a little duochrome effect. It's a really pretty shade. I have other shades that are similar to this in other Colourpop palettes, but not exactly. That's one of the things that I did love about this palette, is that you had some shades that look like they were similar to other Colourpop palettes, but not quite, and a little bit more special. And so that was one of the reasons why I decided to go ahead and grab it. And I'm glad I did. I think these are performing really well. We take a little bit of Night Lover into the inner corner. All right, that's pretty. I wasn't sure if it was going to be too dark, but no, it gives me a nice little amount of brightness there. And I'm going to take a little bit in the inner portion here, on the lower lash line. Poked myself in the eye. I swear, every time I try to do a shimmer underneath the eye, I'm always poking myself in the eye with my brush. Very pretty. I'm going to go ahead real quick and take just a little bit of Mood Lighting just underneath to brighten that area just a little bit more. There we go. That other shade was just a little bit too dark underneath. I wanted a little bit more lightness going on. All right, well, I think that is all for this quick eye look that I threw together. That came together very, very quickly. I'm gonna go offline, throw on my liner, throw on some lashes, throw on my lips, and then we'll come back and we'll do some final thoughts. All right, so this is the final look. For liner, I used the Wonderlook liner from Kiko Milano. This is part of the Wonder Woman brand. I have almost emptied this. I'm very excited about that. For my lower waterline, I'm using this Colourpop Cream Gel Liner. The shade is in Amethyst Hour. Very pretty light amethyst lilac shade. I thought that would go pretty with this cool tone look. And for lips, I line my lips using the Perfect Precision Lip Liner from LA Girl. This shade is in Plum. I'm really, really enjoying this Satin Plum. And then for my lips, I'm using one of the Cashmere creams from BH Cosmetics. I do not know the actual shade. The writing is like super, super small, but this was part of that 3-piece mistletoe set that came out last year over the holidays. All right, now for some final thoughts. I absolutely love this palette. This is one of my favorite palettes from my first impression use of all the palettes I currently have from Colourpop. I love the packaging. I loved all the tones in this palette. Every shade that I used blended beautifully. The shimmers, absolutely gorgeous. I am looking so forward to pulling this palette out more and putting some more looks together. I may do an IG or TikTok video using this palette. We would just have to see how much time I have. But I love the fact that you can do warm tone looks, cool tone looks. I mean, there are a multitude of looks I can do with this little palette. I am absolutely so happy that I decided to pick it up. If you're new to my channel and not already subscribed, I would love it if you consider subscribing, and make sure to turn tap the notification bell down below if you want to be notified of any videos that may be coming in the future. Also, be sure to follow me on TikTok and Instagram. Be safe, take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.